if you're a customer to getting stains or leaks during your period, and you know those things comes with embarrassment for most of us, if this is something you want to, you know, get some tips and tricks on how to avoid these stains and leaks, then this is the right video for you. So at the end of this video, I'm going to give you a tip on how to use soap to wash your vulva area without the risk of irritation. I'm so happy to be back. Like, I haven't filmed any video in like 1 week plus because my hands have kind of been tied. Then this week I was like, okay, I'm gonna film videos this week, but then again, yeah, we have my son at the background. He has a viral infection and so would not be going to school for the week. But I'm like, I still have to do my filming, you know? I have to give you guys sweet content. So in today's video, we are going to be talking about period hacks that would help you avoid stains, period hacks that would help you avoid leaks. I used to feel like maybe getting stain on your period is something that happens when you are, you know, much younger. But I'm grown and I realized that sometimes it just happens, you know, even as an adult, you also get stained if you're not very careful. Sometimes even if you're very careful, these things just happen, you know, it's life. And today I want to talk about how we can avoid those embarrassing stains. Period is not anything embarrassing, but the stains that come with it can sometimes be embarrassing for some of us, you know. So today we're going to talk about how we can avoid or minimize our tendency to get stained during our period. My name is Chimela, and on this channel I talk skincare, self-care, mom life and lifestyle. So you're welcome. If you haven't subscribed, kindly consider doing that right now, and also give this video a thumbs up. Thank you. So the first hack for me would be to use a sanitary pad that is appropriate for your size and also your flow density. So like we know, there's different, you know, lengths of sanitary pad, and there are also different absorbency when it comes to your sanitary pads. Some absorb heavily, you understand, like they absorb for a longer period of time. Some absorb just, you know, like if you have a mild flow, those ones are very good for you. So you need to understand your kind of flow and also get a sanitary pad that will be able to absorb for longer periods. And if you have a heavy flow, and also a sanitary pad that is for medium absorbency if your flow is, you know, normal or average. Also, this has to do with other factors. For example, if it's your first and second day of your menstrual cycle, definitely the flow is going to be very heavy on those days. So for those first 2-3 days, you could use a sanitary pad that absorbs very well. So for the rest of your period, you could use a sanitary pad that has regular absorbency. So I've done one period video before, and in that video I showed the, you know, two sanitary pads. One is longer, the other is shorter, and one absorbs heavier than the other. That's the always sanitary pad, the pink and the blue one. Some people don't know that these are different absorbency. They feel like it's just different colors. No, one absorbs better than the other, one is also longer than the other. So depending on your size and, you know, how heavy your flow is, you want to get a sanitary pad that is appropriate for yourself. So my number 2 hack is something that has always worked for me to ensure that I am never caught on fresh. I always have a sanitary pad in my bag or in my purse. In fact, I have one in my bag, in my handbag, and I have one in my purse. Sometimes we can still miscalculate. A period may come a day or two before you expect it to come. It could be, in fact, anything can make your period come a day or two before you expect it to come. So you need to always stay prepared, you understand, because sometimes you may not see anybody that will be able to rescue you when it comes to giving you a free pad. So you always have to stay prepared. It keeps your mind at peace, you know, like it can come anytime, you don't care because you're covered, do you understand? So especially when it's very close, probably maybe say a week to your period, always make sure you have it anywhere you go. For me, I have it every time of the month. I don't remove it. I always have one there. So my number 3 hack is to always have a nylon bag. We call it waterproof here. So make sure you have a black waterproof with you at all times. And why I say this is because sometimes you may go to change your sanitary pad. There's no waste bin for you to throw it or you may even not have a toilet available to you. You just want to change, so you may just stay at one corner, hide yourself somewhere and change. And now where do you discard your sanitary pad? You just put it in the black nylon, tie it, put in your, when you get to a bin or somewhere where you can actually toss it, and you throw it away. So for me, what I do is I take my unused pad and I put it in a black waterproof, and I tie the waterproof and I put it in my bag. So that way I can change whenever I want. And even if I don't have where to trash my used pad, I always put it in that black nylon, tie it very well, put it in my bag, and when I get to somewhere where I can toss it, and I do that without any hassle. So my number 4 hack would be to use winged pads. I know that many pads these days come with wings, but sometimes you also see pads that don't have wings. I don't know if some people prefer that, but personally for me, I love the wing pad. They help your pads stay in place. They help you stay protected against stains or leak, so it just keeps everything in place. It makes everything stay how you put it, like, so there's no movement. It's just annoying when your pad keeps shifting, and how do you want to start adjusting your pad, when you're outside and everything. So I just like using that. Once the pad is not wing, just count me out. I'm not going to buy something that doesn't have wings. My number 5 hack would be to have some tissue paper with you. Yes, that is something you should always have with you, because with your period you always need to clean up. This is not the time to start begging tissue or looking for who has tissue. But I don't fail to have a tissue in my bag. If you don't want to carry, a full-size tissue, a bulky tissue, you can take a tissue that's been used, and it's just very little left. You squash it, press it together, and put it into your bag, and that gives you that peace of mind, like you have something to use whenever you find yourself wanting to change. So my 6th hack for not getting stained during your period is this: very important. If you know you're going to be out for a long period of time where you would not have access to change your pad, then it's advisable to wear a fresh pad once you are leaving. That's what I always do. If I know I'm going to be out for a long time, immediately before I leave the house, the last thing I do is I change to a fresh pad, so that the pad has enough time to absorb without getting filled, since I won't be able to, have a place to, change my pad. So if this is something you've not been doing, then you should consider doing it anytime you're going out for a long period of time or for an extended period of time where you know that you won't have access to a convenient place to change. Then always put a fresh pad immediately before you leave. This hack also goes for sleeping. Before you sleep, once you want to get into bed, change your pad, because if your pad is half full, before you even know what's happening at night, it's already full and has leaked and touched your bedspread. So immediately before you climb your bed to sleep, change your pad so that it has enough time to absorb all the absorbables before it starts to leak. This brings me to tip number 7, or hack number 7. And this one requires that you place a dark colored towel on your bed before you go to sleep. I know that I said, change your pad immediately before you go to bed. But the thing is this: because you are asleep, you take some positions that may cause leakage or cause stains. Your pad may not be necessarily full, but because of your position while you are asleep, it may be flowing to only one part of your pad. Sometimes it happens to me. Sometimes when I lie down, I sleep on my belly for a long time. So before you know, you've stained your bed. So it's always good to get a dark colored towel, to place on your bed before you go to sleep, so that if there's any stain, you can, take that towel and wash it off in the morning, and, use it again at night, so you don't stain your bed and have to wash the whole bedspread in the morning. So the 8th tip for me is that do not wear white or brightly colored clothes that could reveal blood stains. When it's like 3 days to your period, I like to avoid maybe white trousers or white skirt, colors that could easily reveal blood stains. So I like to wear maybe a black jean or a dark blue jean, or just black. Basically, I just like to go with black, so that if I happen to get stained, it's not that obvious, you know. I'm not like, oh my god, everybody's seeing it, you know. If you must wear white, maybe for example, white is your uniform, is your school uniform, or is your uniform where you work, or you just have to wear white that day, then always go with a scarf or a jacket or a sweater, something that you can use to, you know, put behind you or tie behind you if you happen to get stained. So the number 9 tip for me is to always use a period app. The app that I use is called My Days, and in this app you can register the start of your period, the end of your period. Once you register the start of your period and the end of your period, it now calculates your ovulation period for you. It also calculates your high fertility days for you. You can also track your, you know, sexual activities in that app. So, and it's very accurate. Like my last period came exactly on the day that was scheduled. So always try to put in accurate information. Understand, it's calculating everything based on what you have entered into the app. So enter your correct information and it's going to give you as accurate as possible information. I've been using this My Days app for almost 10 years now. I can say 10 years, 8 to 10 years now I've been using this My Days app. So it's very almost accurate. If there's going to be any discrepancies in your calculation, probably 1-2 days, nothing is almost as accurate. In fact, we can say it's accurate. It gives you accurate representation of when your period is going to start and your ovulation period. Yeah, it's a very good app. So if you haven't started using apps to track your period, then you need to start doing that right now. I don't know if there's anybody that has not been using apps to track their period in 2023. You need to start using apps to track your period, okay? And the number 10 tip goes without saying: change your pads regularly. According to the American College of Obstetrician and Gynecologists, it's recommended that you change your pad at least every 4 to 8 hours. It's going to help you avoid getting stains and avoid getting leaks, and also avoid getting infection, because that blood is going to help bacteria to harbor in that area. So the more you change your pad, the less likely you're going to get infections or, you know, anything that would make that place start having bad odor and stuff like that. Now, I said earlier that I was going to give you a tip on how to wash your vulva area with soap and water without the risk of irritation. There's the vulva area, which is the outer area, then your vagina, which is the inside. Don't ever wash your vagina. It is self-cleansing. But as for your vulva area, you can wash it with water or you can use soap. And this is the secret here. The secret is short contact. You don't allow the soap to stay for a very long time on your vulva. Washing, as you're putting the soap to wash, you are pouring water and you're washing out the soap. That is how to use soap and water to wash your vulva area without the risk of irritation. And also, the type of soap you're using is also very important. Make sure you are not using a soap that has alcohol in it or fragrances in it. Don't also use scented wipes. You can use baby wipes, but don't go about getting scented wipes because you want them to smell a particular way. So that's it for this video. If you think this video was helpful, then give me a thumbs up. And if you're feeling very generous today, kindly subscribe to my channel. Thank you, and I'm going to be seeing you in my next video.